baby, take my hand and follow me this way. I seen the way you move, so put the moves on me. I know you think I'm cute.
The TASCAM TA1VP vocal processor, co-developed with Antares Audio Technologies, brings together everything needed for a polished, modern vocal sound. This easy-to-use rack-mount processor includes a high-quality microphone preamp with Antares microphone and tube modeling, along with built-in compression, de-essing, and the Antares world-famous Autotune pitch correction. Ideal for live performance, house of worship, or studio use, the TA1VP brings your vocal sound into the 21st century. Designed as a tool to allow a vocalist to get the correct pitch, many users have discovered that the TA1VP can be set up to create the glitchy vocal effect used by many popular hip-hop, dance, and R&B artists. Because the TA1VP processes in real time, this effect can be used for live performance as well as studio sessions. In this video, we will demonstrate setting up the TA1VP to achieve this effect. Ideally, the TA1VP should be connected as an insert effect on the vocalist's mixer channel. Using a standard Y-type insert cable, connect the TA1VP to the mixer. This cable has a single 1/4-inch TRS connector at one end and two 1/4-inch TS connections at the other. Connect the two 1/4-inch TS connectors to the TA1VP with the tip or send connector going to the TA1VP's input and the ring or receive connector to the TA1VP's output. Connect the 1/4-inch TRS connector to the vocalist's mixer channel. The mixer channel's preamp trim control can be used to set the input gain to the TA1VP. Alternatively, if the mixer does not have channel inserts, the front panel microphone connector can be used and the TA1VP's output connected to a line level input on the mixer. After verifying connections, set the input on the TA1VP. Since we are using the insert cable, set the input for line. Press Setup, followed by Page. When the input select display appears, rotate the data knob until the display indicates line. Press Setup to exit and save the choice. Setting up the effect. Begin by selecting a preset, such as male voice. Press the preset button and rotate the data knob until the desired preset appears in the display. In the Autotune control section, switch Autotune correction on. Next, press Scale. The display indicates CH for chromatic scale, along with a series of notes. If it does not, rotate the data knob counterclockwise until CH appears in the display's upper left-hand corner. Use the cursor left-right buttons to select the notes, and rotate the data knob to turn them off. Try switching off all but a pentatonic scale, such as C, D sharp, F, G, and A sharp. Now press the speed button. Speed determines how rapidly pitch correction is applied to the incoming sound. For this effect, rotate the data knob to 0 to cause instantaneous changes from one note to another. To save the new preset, press Save. At the prompt, give the preset a unique name by using the left-right cursor buttons to move between characters and the data knob to change them. Press Save twice to save the new preset. To call up this new effect, simply turn on the Autotune function using the front panel controls. Alternatively, MIDI signals or a foot switch connected to the TA1VP can be configured to control the effect. The compressor, equalizers, and de-esser can also be used to enhance this effect. For more information, refer to the TA1VP Owner's Manual. The TA1VP vocal processor from TASCAM. Everything you need to create stunning vocal tracks in any musical style.
So baby, why you waiting? Forget your girl, they hate it. Let's take it to the dance floor.
For more information, visit us on the web at www.tascam.com.
VoiceLive 3 is absolutely the ultimate 3-in-1 professional effects system for vocals, guitar sounds, and multi-track looping. If you're upgrading from VoiceLive 2, prepare to be blown away. There are literally hundreds of new features and improvements that you've asked for, and even some things you never would have imagined.
One gun, add it all to the one gun, add it all. One gun, add it all to the one gun, add it all.
We've upgraded so many vocal effects in VoiceLive 3, but we put extra focus on harmony.
The sun's coming out. But why?
VoiceLive 3 has a grand total of 11 exciting vocal effects. In addition to the new mixed mode harmonies where each voice can have its own sound, there are the classic effects that made VoiceLive 2 so successful.
Today I don't feel like doing anything, nothing at all. I am you, and you are me. Hey kid, rock and roll, rock on, ooh my soul. Hey kid, you boogie too, rock on. Reminding me inner places, open space.
With VoiceLive 3's 3IC processing, you get a newer and better synth with polyphonic synth sounds, a classic vocoder, and guitar talkbox.
Tell me that you love me. Oh yeah, baby, baby.
There's a complete, separate, per preset guitar effects path in VoiceLive 3. We even recreated some of the most popular sounds from TC Electronic tone print pedals, like the Hall of Fame reverb, flashback delay, Corona chorus, etc. We also added all the sauce that you need to make great guitar sounds, including wah-wah, octave, tremolo, and all of these with stomp box foot switch access. What makes VoiceLive 3 stand out is its dedicated stereo or mono guitar amp outputs. You can send your vocal sound to the PA, while your guitar sound goes directly to your favorite amp. The killer feature is that this even works when you're looping. Your stereo vocal loop goes out to the PA, and your stereo guitar loop goes out to your amps. VoiceLive 3's looper focuses on song creation in real time. So you can use the loop assist feature to quickly create a 1-bar rhythmic loop with the metronome for timing help, and then the metronome will drop out as soon as you've built that first loop. So with your rhythmic track and your bass track, you've created a verse. Now let's create a chorus and use the swap effect to switch between verse and chorus. When you're performing, it's all about song structure and contrast, not just endless looping jam sessions, which are okay, but you want to keep it light and lively. You get 45 minutes of looping time, and you can store your best loops on board.
You're talking, yeah. Hard talk, hard talk.
VoiceLive 3 is completely new under the hood. Our 3IC processing dedicates 3 independent cores to make you sound amazing. It's kind of like having a giant stage-gobbling pedal board in front of you, only in a small, compact chassis.
While the 11 rack does excel at recording guitars and other instruments, it is your best friend on a gig. So in this video, we're going to show you 3 different scenarios on how you can use the 11 rack live on a gig. So in scenario number 1, what I want to do is use the pedal effects that are inside of 11 rack, and I want to drive a combo amp on stage. So I'm going to use the output to amp jack 1, which is right on the front panel. And it's on the front panel, so you can drive a combo amp very easily. Because the amp has its own EQ and drive controls, I want to make sure that I remove the amplifier models from the output that I send to the amp. And to do that, I'm going to have to go into the Preferences page. So if I hold this button down for 2 seconds, you see that the Preferences page comes up. And now I can drill into the output to amp preferences. And you see I have a separate one for the front and a separate one for the back. And now I can easily set the output of that to anything I want. So the rig input, which is whatever's feeding the rig, the amp input, which means anything that comes before the amp output, or the full rig. And I can even send the full rig and turn off the speaker cabinet. But because I'm running a combo amp, I want to send just the amp input. So that basically means any effect that comes before the input of that amplifier will be pinched off and sent out this jack. So I get all my cool wahs, I get my volume, I get any distortion that I might have loaded here, but I get nothing else. So that's scenario number 1. In scenario number 2, I just want to drive a live PA. So very, very easy. All I have to do is connect the XLR outputs on the back to the input of the PA, and I'm basically done. That contains the entire rig, because the XLR outputs are always sending the entire rig no matter what. There's nothing to configure. So amp modeling, speakers, everything. There is a ground lift switch on the back, so if you encounter a hum, you can push that in to try to kill it, and it probably will. So driving a PA from the 11 rack is really easy. In scenario number 3, I want to use a tube power amp and a 412 cabinet. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to change some settings because I want the amplifier emulation to be in there, but not the cabinet. So I'm going to go out the amplifier 2 jack here on the back. So I'll go into Preferences. So you can see that it's still set to amp input. But if we listen to amp output, now that's got some amplifier emulation in there. If we go to rig output, you can hear how weird and phasey it sounds because there's now cabinet emulation in there. And here is rig output no cab. Why does it sound good? It sounds good because this entire time we've been using a power amp or 412 cabinet and this microphone. So those are 3 scenarios on how to use the 11 rack in a live situation. Because the output to amp jack on the front and the same one on the back are individually configurable, it means that you could, in a live situation, send a bunch of different outputs to different places. You might want to send the stereo out to a PA. You might want to send one of the output to amp jacks to a live cabinet for an on-stage monitor, and maybe the one on the back to a recorder, sending just the direct sound so you could reamp later. Now remember, all of the effects presets that you used when you made your record with this box are all in here. So that means that you can go from the studio to the stage and back with the exact same sounds you used to track your record. It's never been possible before the 11 rack. This is an all-in-one solution for both the recording guitar player and the stage guitar player.
staring at me. Oh yeah, this is the one right here. Said you better get your girlfriend, 'cause she's staring at me, at me. Said you better get your girlfriend, 'cause she's staring at me, at me. I ain't even gotta hit it, no, but I will. Said you better get your girlfriend, 'cause she's staring at me, at me.
If you like the video, please click on the like button, write a comment, and subscribe to my channel.